Hello, welcome back to another Roblox video. Today, we're gonna be playing, actually we're gonna be playing this.
Hello,
Sorry if the words are backward.
In today's video, we're checking out
Just the
5
way I
brand
can
new
do this.
Mandela effects. Everything from the food you eat, to Disney animation, to some strange changes in classic songs. Not only that, but we're giving away another $25 Amazon gift card in this video, so be sure to stick around until the end because the rules to win have changed. If you're new to this channel, here's a quick rundown. For starters, my name is Elton, and here is my definition for what a Mandela effect is. Pause now and read it if you're unfamiliar. We're going to go over 5 different Mandela effects today, and we're going to see if any of them actually have an effect. As always, let me know your thoughts and your answers in the comments below. Number 1. Growing up in America, located in most cafeterias, was a food pyramid poster on the wall. This widely used informational piece, distributed by the U.S. government, was a propaganda piece created in part by the lobbying efforts of the meat and dairy producers to get children hooked on and consuming meat and dairy every day. This goal was to create children who would grow up to continue this food routine for the rest of their lives, significantly rewarding the meat and dairy industry, regardless of actual health benefits to the children. This is not an opinion, this is actually what happened, and is still happening to this day, but that is not the point of this video. That's just some interesting background information. Strangely enough, most people seemingly remember growing up with the food pyramid, but it wasn't always there. People argue over when it exactly started appearing in American schools, because the date seems very off.
Yeah.
So tell me, when did the food pyramid start appearing in American schools? 1970s? 1980s? 1990s? Or 2000s?
Gotta say the 1980s. I remember when I was in elementary.
Well, as it turns out, the food pyramid started appearing in American schools in 1992. The weirdest part is that a huge portion of people remember the food pyramid existing in American schools before 1992. How's that possible? Numerous posts and thread exist online from adults who grew up in the 1970s and 1980s who inexplicably remember the food pyramid from their childhoods. So what about you? Do you remember the food pyramid existing in American schools before 1992? Let me know in the comments below. Number 2. There is a scene in the 1967 animated classic The Jungle Book where the young human Mowgli is being talked into giving King Louie fire. During this song and dance, the bear Baloo joins in wearing an interesting outfit. What outfit is the bear Baloo wearing during the scene? Visualize it right now in your head before I give you some options to choose from. What do you see? Was it a coconut beak and a yellow grass skirt? Or was it a coconut bra and a bluegrass skirt?
Coconut beak.
Well, as it is now, it's a coconut beak and a yellow grass skirt. This is certainly not what I remember from the Jungle Book, but hey, that's just my opinion. What do you think? The coconut on Baloo's face just looks so off to me. I'm simply here to tell you about them, not make final judgments. Number 3. The song I Love Rock and Roll was originally released by the Arrows in 1975 and again by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts in 1982. The reason I bring this up is because one of the lines in this song is allegedly changed. The first version of this song is about a woman, and the second version of the song is about a man. So to simplify things, we're just going to go with the Joan Jett version. The line is, quote, I saw him blank by the record machine. What are the missing words? Sing it over in your head and then take your pick. Is it standing there or dancing there?
I don't know which one. Which one was
A ton of people were freaking out online over this. Most of them seem to remember the line being, I saw him standing there by the record machine. But it turns out that's incorrect.
I saw him dancing there.
I'm not a massive fan of this style of music, so my input here wouldn't be very helpful. But I know that a lot of you are, and this Mandela effect seems to be pretty controversial. That's why it's included today. What do you remember? Has it always been dancing, or does standing sound better to your memories? As always, let me know below. I love reading everyone's comments, thoughts, and opinions. Before we jump into number 4, I'd like to congratulate the winner of my last Mandela Effects video Amazon gift card giveaway. Wow, that was a mouthful. Congratulations, Guapo. You have won a $25 Amazon gift card. Here's what Guapo said. I always thought Capone died in prison as well. I didn't find out until I did more research on him after watching Boardwalk Empire. I could have sworn in school or somewhere I was told he died in prison.
You did?
Well, Guapo, you aren't alone in that thought. To get your Amazon gift card, leave a comment somewhere in this video with your email address and I'll send it right away. And for everyone else, if you're wondering how you can win a $25 Amazon gift card, you'll have to wait until the end of the video. Let's keep going. Number 4. This Mandela effect was brought to my attention through a comment on a previous video. It's a weird one, and I really had to think about it, but I hope it makes you scratch your head as much as it made me scratch mine. I am not a hunter, and I don't live out in the woods, so I'm not interacting with deer on a regular basis, but maybe you are. Either way, I want you to visualize the average American deer in your mind. In this visual image, how do you see the deer's tail? Is it short and tiny, or is it long and fluffy?
I don't see it.
Short and tiny. Long and fluffy.
It's like that. This one really weirded me out because once I started looking at photographs of deers, their tails are very long. One interesting fact that I found is that the white-tailed deer, the size of their tail can reach 14 inches. Now, I'm not saying that all deers have long tails because there's no way to check them all. But what I am saying is that image that a lot of us have in our head of deers having tiny little fluffy tails, completely wrong. Look at all these photos. Does it feel off to you? Is this what you remember? We need some hunters and or some zoologists to jump in and help explain these weird changes. Number 5. To wrap up this video, we're looking at a song from 1993 whose title is confusing a lot of people online. The artist is an American rapper named Ice Cube, and the title of the song is which of these? It Was a Good Day or Today Was a Good Day?
And we're gonna also, I can't repeat that. I'll do this.
This song is Ice Cube's highest charting single ever. In 2008, this song was ranked number 28 on VH1's 100 Greatest Hip Hop Songs. Well, as it turns out, it's called It Was a Good Day. What did you say? Did you say it was a good day, or did you say today was a good day? Are you one of the many rap aficionados out there that guessed it right? Or have you seemingly said it wrong for years? Let me hear in the comments below. So what do you think? Did any of these Mandela effects hit you? Did you luck out any of them affecting you? Let me
And
hear
then
your
this
thoughts,
one
comments, and
is the
reactions
bouncing
below, as
balls.
well as any new Mandela effects that you might have discovered. The sooner that I collect 5 new ones, the sooner I can release a new video. And as always, just
Today
so
was a good day
Mandela
there.
effects don't always hit everyone. So if all of these hit you, fantastic. If a couple got you, great. And if none of them got you, well, you're lucky. As for the creepy photos that I have personally
get
taken
you?
video that I teased at the end of my last video, it's still coming. It's just taking longer than expected to edit. More than likely, I'm going to release it exclusively on my Patreon for free. Don't worry, it's going to be free. Link in the description. The reason why is because of the YouTube algorithm. I tried to put up a video recently that wasn't a Mandela effect video. This one, the tenant. And it completely paused my subscriber and viewer growth and recommendations. It sucks that YouTube's algorithm is so specific and demanding, but I'm going to obey the rules now. When I have new videos that aren't Mandela related, I'll just update you all when these videos come out within these videos and upload them to Patreon. Long story short, videos that are not related to Mandela effects, I will release them, but I'm going to release them on Patreon. So check that out periodically. Thank you all for understanding. You are the best. Last but not least, if you want to win a $25 Amazon gift card, like many others before you, I want you to leave a comment telling me about the Mandela effect that turned you into a believer. And if one hasn't yet, then I want you to tell me what it would take to make you a believer. This sounds like a great conversation starter, so let's get talking in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. If you had a good time, please like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you in the next spooky video, which might be coming out sooner than you expect. Later.
See, today I didn't get to use my AK. I got to say, anyways, Disney was coming. Get my close one, baby.
I already put it in the jar. What do you mean?
You're amazing. You get the medicine from my office. Al Capone didn't die in prison. Or he already died of syphilis in prison.
I don't remember.
Bouncing ball.
Where did Al Capone die?
Al Capone died in Palm Island, Miami Beach, Florida.
Wow. Yeah.
That's cool. Blue heart on me.
What the fuck? Hey,
That's pretty cool.
he's from the first citizen to receive syphilis, although it was too late to cure him. That was cough.
Hello everyone and welcome to All Time Scary. My name is All Time and today we're looking at 5 brand new Mandela effects. Everything from the human body to rare diseases to historical figures and what happened to them. All this and more. So be sure to stick around until the end, as well as for your chance to win an Amazon gift card. So turn off those lights, hit the like and subscribe button, and let's get into 5 brand new.
And buy some popcorn
Number 1.
with your Amazon gift card.
In this house lived the famous Charles Lindbergh and his wife Anne Laura Lindbergh and their 20-month-old son, Charles Augustus Lindbergh Jr.
I saw
The father
that.
was world famous at the time for making the first solo, non-stop transatlantic flight from
The
New York.
blue card obby actually gets
This
hard.
3,600-mile voyage took 33.5 hours to complete and brought him fame and notoriety. Unfortunately, his name will forever be tied to a much darker event. The date is March 1st, 1932. The location is East Amwell, New Jersey, the Lindbergh House. What happened here was called the crime of the century because of the mystery and the nature of the crime. Between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m., Charles Augustus Lindbergh Jr. was kidnapped from his upstairs
Is this
residence.
really a troll? I need to beat with my eyes closed. I know
This
the
kidnapping was
trolls.
such a big event at the time
How
that the
could this
President of the
seriously
United
get me?
States, Herbert Hoover, was notified the following morning about it. This is where the Mandela effect comes in. What do you remember about this case? Is the Lindbergh baby still missing to this day, or was the child found?
Both the child was found.
Whoa, that's
If
hard.
you're like me, you remember the Lindbergh baby was never found. It's a mystery that resulted in years of speculation, wild accusation, rumors of it being an inside job, and so many more theories. The mystery of what actually happened to little Charles Lindbergh continued to this day, or at least it did. It turns out that now the Lindbergh baby was found 2 months after his disappearance, and unfortunately he was found deceased. Not only that, his kidnapper and murderer was captured, prosecuted, and eventually put to death within 4 years of the crime being committed. Upon doing more research into this, I'm not alone in my belief that the baby was never found and that no one was convicted for his kidnapping and murder. I've read numerous comments and threads of other bewildered people who are just as confused by this change as I am. So what do you think? Do you remember hearing that the Lindbergh baby was found? Or do you remember hearing that he is still missing to this day? I can't wait to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Number 2, there is a rare tropical parasitic disease that affects the lymph nodes and lymph vessels, typically spread by infected.
Wow. This is a nice house.
I'm with the lymph nodes and vessels. That's probably not gonna exist. Easy on me. Yes. Easy on me. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, it's done. What else? What else am I going to do today? See how long this video is. 14 minutes. Okay, 14 minutes. What else do I want to play? Let's play some. Go. Survivor. Okay, I found something. Down to technical difficulties.
Whenever I get sick, I stay sick.
Mosquitoes. This disease causes limbs and other parts of the body to grossly enlarge and expand. What is the name of this extremely rare yet memorably titled disease? Is it elephantitis or is it elephantiasis?
Wait, baby. What?
Elephantiasis.
Turns out it's called elephantiasis. Now, normally I wouldn't expect most people to know the name of a random disease, but this disease became famous thanks to movies like The Elephant Man and other television-based documentaries. This disease is specific and bizarre in its effects and lasting changes. Once you learn about it, it isn't something that you could easily forget. So tell me in the comments below, do you remember elephantitis or elephantiasis? It's a weird one that's got quite a bit of traction in the Mandela Effect community, and I'd love to hear your thoughts below.
Elephantiasis?
Number 3. This Mandela Effect is another strange one. Often Mandela effects based around spelling are tossed aside by skeptics as being easy mistakes. But perhaps if you're still watching, this might leave you scratching your head. What is the correct spelling for this type of apple? Is it Macintosh without an A, or is it Macintosh with an A?
No way.
Whichever one. I don't know. I don't know. The apples have different names.
No, you don't just guess.
It's easy to jump to Macintosh with an A because of the famous computer brand. But as of now, the name of the fruit is spelled M-C-I-N-T-O-S-H
Okay.
without an A.
Play your
Weird, right?
game.
Well, it gets weirder. Not only do we have plenty of residue to show that this apple spelling used to have an A in it, an entire computer company was built
And
off
this-
of its spelling. Those most famous computers are called
No.
Macintosh with an A. That
Yes,
spelling
you
of
done
Macintosh
soon?
even continued with
So
the
what
line
should
of
I
extremely
do to
popular
start
Mac
to
books
end this
with an A.
off?
Could you imagine today if a brand new company came out called Apple and they introduced their brand of computers called Macintosh, but with the name misspelled? The internet would lose its collective mind. It would be filled with non-stop jokes, memes, and articles about how Apple can't spell. But that's not all. The most damning piece of evidence is that the creator of this type of apple is John Macintosh with an A. He literally bred this apple into existence, and he named it after his last name. But we're to believe he misspelled it? What? No way. I feel like this Mandela Effect is yet another example of how a change in history can have lasting effects. If you'd like to see more examples of historical Mandela effects, check out my other videos, especially the New York one. That's a really good one I'm super proud of. So as always, let me hear what you think about this in the comments
In
below.
this video, off of
Before we
sailing.
continue though, I'd like to announce the winner of my last
Great
video's
Ocean.
Amazon gift card giveaway. Congratulations to Jasmine for winning. Here's what Jasmine said. But have you had a Mandela effect on your own Mandela effect videos? It's a good question. I don't know, maybe down the line, we'll come back to one of these older videos and say, I don't remember saying that. I never did that. It's very interesting. I keep a log of everything I've talked about so I don't repeat something. So I guess if that ever happens, let me know, or I might notice it myself. I don't know. It's a weird idea, but hey, I guess anything's possible. To get your gift card, all I need from you, Jasmine, is for you to leave a comment on this video with an email address, and I'll send it to that. As for everyone else, stick around until the end of this video to learn how to win an Amazon gift card for yourself. Number 4. Here is a really strange human body Mandela effect. So strange, in fact, that I'm just going to go right out and ask you about it. Can humans regrow broken or missing ribs? Yes or no?
Regrow?
I never heard of regrowing them. I heard of healing. Not missing.
As it turns out, now you can indeed regrow your ribs. The common belief before was that if you broke a rib or two, that they would heal over time. But never before have I heard about ribs literally regrowing, as in the bones and the cartilage actually regrowing. What about you? Have you ever heard of this before? Actual cases, such as a patient who had lost 8 centimeters of bone and 1 centimeter of cartilage, regrowing back over 6 months.
Great Ocean.
I thought the whole regenerating body parts was a piece of science fiction that we all longed for. Now it's a scientific fact? Like a lizard regrowing its tail, I guess now mammals can regrow their ribs. And not only that, scientists actually believe that we can regrow other bones as well. Potentially any part of our skeletal system.
They're gonna be
I'm not the one making these claims. I'm just totally confused by the possibility. Tell me in the
That's the
comments
end of
below,
the
has this always been the case? All of the Mandela effects that I research and I talk about in my videos, I dig deep for arguments on both sides,
Have a
arguing
great
strongly
day.
for their position. For some, it's always been this way. For others, it's never been that way. It's a strange
Okay,
mystery,
have a
but
great
I love talking
day.
about it. I hope you love learning about it.